Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. Well, apparently it went down at the Oscars last night. Will Smith had what we call a ninja moment on national television and slapped the dog piss out of Chris Rock for disrespecting his wife.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay.
In my opinion, Chris Rock got what he deserved because Jada clearly did not find humor in his joke and was offended. Hell, Will had to do what he had to do. Tiffany Haddish and other celebrities, along with other social media outlets, had a little bit to say on the situation.
I'm not wearing a costume. I'm wearing Dolce & Gabbana. It's called an evening gown, darling. This is not, no one's paying me for this. I paid for it. It's custom. Thank you.
Time of death. Would you define tonight as uncomfortable?
No, I would define tonight as a success.
Okay.
It was a great night tonight.
Okay, what did
First
you...
of all, I seen a man stand up for his wife, which we don't see that much anymore. That made me have hope. How about you? How did you feel about it?
I wanted your opinion on it because you're a comedian. And so it was that thing where, like, was that joke too far? How did you feel about what Will did? Because you are someone who's done comedy, and yet, like you just said, you saw a man defending his wife.
Yeah. I want to know how you felt about it. Would you want your husband to do that for you if you was clearly hurt? I mean, they put her face up on the screen. Looked over at his wife. She was hurt. What would you want?
I would want him to defend me. The thing that made me sad was, like, this was a big night for Will. And then you saw that emotion for him, and it was like, God, it's just, I don't think I've still processed how this night went, you know?
Well, I just know she better take care of business when they get home. Because I know I would. If my man did that for me, I'm just saying. Hello.
Did you talk to either of them tonight?
Yeah, I did.
Did you tell them how you felt?
Oh, they know how I feel.
Yes.
Oh, they know how I feel. That's my friends. They know.
Well, you go way back with them to some of the...
It's a girls' trip. Yeah. They know my crazy. Yeah.
Well, it was incredible to watch Will up there, T1. How did you feel watching him give that speech?
I felt very proud. I felt gratified. And I just hope that more men are like that. Care about their families. Now, it's not just about you, right? It's not just about you, sir. What about your family, the people you create, the people that help you be who you are? That's important. That's what I think America forgot about.
What do you say to people who are critiquing him online right now?
Yeah, what you doing for your family? Who you protect?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's a lot of emotions. This is a long time, well, I think a long time coming for him. And it's a lot of emotion. It's probably all well and...
His joyful Oscar ceremony last night when actor Will Smith jumped on the Oscar stage and slapped comedian Chris Rock in the face after a joke about his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. Smith then returned to his seat, but he continued to shout at Rock. He was clearly very angry, dropping a couple of F-bombs in the process. A short time later, Smith won the Best Actor Oscar for the film King Richard, and he gave a very emotional speech in which he seemed to defend his actions, saying, quote, "Love makes you do crazy things. ET's Kevin Frazier was on the red carpet for the Oscar ceremony. He joins us now to bring us up to date. Kevin, you know, some people saw this in real time. Other people woke up to this news this morning. Whenever you saw it, it was just stunning. I'd love to know what they're saying in Los Angeles this morning. You've never seen anything like this.
Gail, you hit it on the head, because I have never seen anything like this at any award show before. And here's the thing. Spirits were high throughout the evening until a joke from Chris Rock, as you mentioned, led Smith to walk onto the Dolby Theater stage and slap the comedian. Came at the expense of Pinkett Smith, who was previously spoken out about her decision to shave her head amid her struggle with alopecia, a disease that results in hair loss.
It was terrifying when it first started. You know, I was in the shower one day and then just handfuls of hair just in my hands.
And the Oscar goes to
Will Smith! Later in the night, Smith won the Best Actor award for his portrayal of Serena and Venus Williams' father in King Richard.
I look like the crazy father, just like they said. I look like crazy father, just like they said about Richard Williams.
And he spoke about defending family.
Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family. I'm being called on in my life to love people and to protect people and to be a river to my people.
Smith apologized to the Academy and his fellow nominees while never mentioning Rock before ending his speech uncomfortably with humor.
Thank you. Hope the Academy invites me back. Thank you.
Now, that apology is likely why Smith was able to accept his award in person. We're told the Oscar staff was trying to decide whether to ask him to leave after the outburst. Now, the Academy tweeted that it does not condone violence of any form. The Los Angeles Police Department said they are aware of an incident at the event, but that Rock declined to file a police report, Gail.
I don't know about you, Kevin, but I woke up, I went to bed with such deep sadness. I woke up with deep sadness as well. We know Chris, we know Will, admire and like them both. And to see this happen between the two of them on the Oscar stage was very, very difficult. I also, listen, I haven't talked to Chris, I haven't talked to Will. I do not believe that Chris Rock knew that Jada has alopecia and that it was a painful thing. He is not a malicious guy. He is not a snarky guy. He wouldn't make a joke like that to cause somebody pain, I believe.
Well, Gail, what's very interesting is you look at two of the biggest entertainers, two of the biggest African-American entertainers, and now this has stained both their careers. Meanwhile, Will afterwards went to the Vanity Fair party with his family, he celebrated. He celebrated his win and his Oscar.
There were questions today why Will wasn't immediately escorted out of the building. If a stranger had walked on the stage and hit Chris that way, that's why you have security. But I'm telling you, when I was watching it, Kevin, I thought it was a bit. I thought it was a joke between the two of them. It was only when he sat back down and Will started screaming at him in the way that he screamed that you realize it wasn't. And we were all cheering for Will. We were all wanting to, well, I'll say many people I knew were cheering for Will. I was cheering for Will. Wanted him to finally win that Oscar. Yes.
That was the sentiment on the red carpet, that everyone was cheering for Will. Diddy came by and he said, it is going to be a riot if Will doesn't win. We didn't know that there was going to be a riot beforehand.
Yeah, I think Sean Combs, Diddy tried to clean up and say, you know, we'll handle this privately. But it can no longer be private because now it's on the Oscar stage and everybody's talking about it.
Yes.
It was a very tough night, very tough night. Thank you, Kevin. Hey, listen, I know you're going to be here a little bit later on because other things happened at the Oscars last night, believe it or not.
There were other winners, yes.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And there were some really, really, really good moments, but I feel such sadness today. We'll talk to you a little bit later on, Kevin. Thank you very much.
Thanks, there's not an arrest there. There's not charges because it's not a stranger. It's a peer.
Yes.
It's essentially a colleague in the industry.
And Chris Rock declined to he was given the option, and he declined to press charges.
Yeah.
I just think that, though, between doing nothing, there's a lot of things you can do before resorting to violence.
Like what would you...
You could get up on the stage if you win that Oscar and say, hey, Chris Rock, my wife is sick. You are a sick individual for making a joke or making a lighthearted comedy bit out of her situation. Before you resort to physical violence, we teach our children, I don't have kids, but we teach our children, never, ever hit anybody. Mommy, he said or she said, and you still say, it doesn't matter. You don't have to resort to
many
physical
people didn't
violence.
know
It's against the law. It's
many
illegal.
people didn't know Jada had alopecia, and that this has been a very
and the
difficult
notion
thing
that
for her.
love makes you do crazy things, I think is problematic for some people who say, you know, they've heard domestic abusers say.
Although you heard Will Smith talk about loving unconditionally in a recent interview,
Yes,
right?
yes.
He says to love and to be loved is all that anybody is trying to do.
And he was talking about his love for his wife, Jada. Listen, they are very, very tight, those two. And what they have is, he said, an unbreakable bond, and we see that. We see that.
And he could have also used it to say, you know, black women should not be degraded in public, Chris Rock. He could have used his platform to do that instead of hitting him.
Well, we have to move on this morning, but people will be talking about this.
I don't believe Chris Rock, I have to say, this was trying to be malicious. I don't believe that.
No, it didn't seem like
it seemed like it was an ad lib.
How do you, and I just want to be clear, there's so many vectors in this story, and I wonder how you are making sense of it this morning.
I got 3 words for you. Use your words, Will. You are an actor. You are a rapper. You have people that write things for you. You're a smart guy. Use your words, not your fists or your hands. It's that simple. I think you sat there and watched that, and I think everybody was shocked only because they thought it was part of the skit at first. And did you notice? He was laughing at first until Jada clearly wasn't, rolled her eyes, and then he gets up and goes and does this. But it really took away so much from everybody that was there and from the moment. I have to be honest, I'm a little embarrassed that I'm even talking about this right now. We've got inflation that is crushing families. We have millions of refugees who are running for their lives, trying to find refuge, mothers and children. And we've got Ukraine, which is literally on fire and being bombed. This was a moment that did not need to happen. And now it's trending on Twitter instead of 1,000 other things that are far more important. So that's where I stand on this. Watching that was really, really disheartening and disappointing.
I mean, look, it is a lighter thing, the Oscars in general. And those moments of achievement could be a light moment for people to revel in. Today they aren't. That is for sure. Eric, I wonder what you think of what you saw.
Well, you know, what elevates this story is the reaction of the Hollywood establishment. It was bad enough that Will Smith took it upon himself to physically attack Chris Rock because of a joke he told. But then when Will Smith went on to actually accept the Best Actor award and receive a standing ovation from some people in that audience for what he did, the Academy put a short statement up on its Twitter page saying that it didn't condone violence. But in this case, it did. Will Smith was allowed to accept his award. He was given as much time as he wanted to speak, well over 4 or 5 minutes. And as far as I can see, he didn't pay any real consequences for what he did. And I just wonder, there's so many people, we're having these conversations about cancel culture, but here's a situation where a comic told a joke and then got physically assaulted. No one in the room really seemed to penalize Will Smith for it. The Academy didn't penalize Will Smith for it. The producers of the Oscar cast didn't penalize Will Smith for it. We now hear that Chris Rock is not going to press charges. Who's going to ensure that someone pays a price for committing an act of violence on live television? That's the question I have still today.
I gotta say, I love Tiffany Haddish energy. I'm loving her energy. But anywho, we all have our boundaries and breaking points. And I guess Will Smith was at his. And I say kudos to you, Will. That's right. Protect your wife. Defend her honor. And Chris Rock, next time be mindful of what you say when you're speaking about another man's wife. Period. There's a lot of other outlets, you know, they're saying Will Smith was wrong, or he should have waited to speak to Chris Rock later about it. Tyler Perry and Denzel Washington, they had to pull him aside and have a talk with him. and calm him down, during a commercial break. But I say, leave that man alone. He tired of people. He tired of y'all shit. He tired of people talking about him and his wife. And that slap was for everybody that's talking about his family and coming for him and his wife. That's just my opinion. And Chris Rock, he just had to take one for the team, hell. But that's, again, my opinion. What's your opinion? What do y'all think? Drop down in the comment box. Let's talk about it. Let's get the conversation brewing. With that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you'll see when I drop new videos and bring you more content. And guys, follow me on all my platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. All at Sister Girl Talk TV. Bye.